Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here, and in this video, we gotta talk about some Octopath Traveler. Now, I've been talking about Final Fantasy XIV, going to JP Fan Fest, we've been talking about Devil May Cry 5, but one of my favorite RPGs to come out of the last couple of years was Octopath Traveler for the Nintendo Switch. Now, before we go any further, this article is coming from My Nintendo News. That is the source we are using as a backdrop as I talk to you about this topic. So please, if you've taken the time to click this video, please also take the time to go to the description and give them your hits. I'm sure they'll be reporting on stuff like this in the future as well, so it's not a bad thing to add to your bookmark and to check up on them on regular occasions. Now, with that out of the way, though, I was a little hesitant when I saw this article in believing that it was a new mainstream Octopath, because it really hasn't been that long since we got the last one. For those who don't know, a mobile game for Octopath that serves as a prequel to the original is currently in development as well. From what I understand, it is going to be releasing in various regions outside Japan, as well as, of course, in Japan itself, and it's going to be a single-player, free-to-play mobile game with microtransactions, probably akin to what Square Enix has produced in the past with stuff like the City of Opera Omnia, Mobius, Brave Exvius, etc., etc. So I thought it was just referencing that, but then I actually paid attention and read that it says new Octopath Traveler game for Nintendo Switch. Now, this is considered a reconfirmation, as the article states, because in the New Year's message that came out of the producer, he did say that they were, of course, working on new Bravely stuff, working on new Octopath stuff, and working on new IPs altogether. I just assumed that when they announced the mobile game, that was the new Octopath thing they were working on, but they are working on a new mainstream one as well. And this was confirmed with Tomoya Asano, the current producer of Octopath Traveler and the franchise. He confirmed it in Famitsu magazine very recently. He and his team are working on a new mainstream one for the Switch, and the Yokoyama team is working on the mobile game. So they're two different projects, and I couldn't be more excited. Now, while Octopath was a game that I loved, it is one of my favorite Final Boss and Final Boss OSTs of any RPG I've ever played. It has a fantastic graphical style with this 2.5D thing that I would love to see other classic Final Fantasies remade in this engine with this graphic style, specifically Final Fantasy VI. It, of course, had some other issues. It didn't really have, I guess, a great cohesive story. Even if the story itself kind of all comes together in the end, it's still not told in the most graceful of ways because of the 8 different adventures following 8 different stories that just happen to converge with the various things that they interact with. Now, that being said, a chance to get it right a second time is something I will gladly take, because it had remnants of things I wanted to see, characters interacting with each other in these set little bubble events, as well as some very interesting individual stories that I would have liked to have seen tied together with the other characters a little bit more, with a little bit more detail. So the idea of them doing another mainstream one is very exciting to me, because I think that they could get that right this time, and we could actually be looking at one of the greatest RPGs that they could ever release. Now, that's setting the expectations really high, but with how good Octopath 1 was, I have to assume that an Octopath 2 would be equally as fantastic. Now, no mention of anything Bravely here, no mention of any other IP, but since they have acknowledged that they are working on those things, I'm curious to see if we hear anything about those in the near future as well. So thank you again to My Nintendo News for providing the article. They also thank Nintendo First Order Reaver for the news tip, as well as the quote coming out of Stealth 40K here on Twitter, which is actually quoted in the article proper, making sure we give all of our due diligence to all the people who put in the effort to bring you this news. But anyway, let me know what you think about a new Octopath game. Have you not gotten to play it? If you have a Switch, you should really get to playing it, because it's a really damn good RPG. Trust me, you won't be disappointed on that front. Anyway, let me know what you think about this news, about the reconfirmation of a new mainstream Octopath, and let me know what you think about the mobile Octopath title that's going to be coming out, and how you're looking forward to that, if you are, if you're not, whatever might be going on. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm going to get going. I'll see you all in the next video, and until then, take care.